collecting firewood, and not to eat certain foods like protein. And also, my families have talked to me about, the history of the voyage. In this Hirimole festival, I would expect it to be a recreation of the historic voyages, possibly including the traditional Lagatoi sailing, celebrations upon the arrival at a trade destination, and feasting, dancing, and performances showcasing the pride and resilience of Motu Koita people. As a young woman representing my family, my clan, and my culture at this Hirimole festival, I take the responsibility seriously and focus on strengthening and preserving our cultural heritage in a meaningful way. One way I would do to strengthen and preserve my culture, or our culture, is to engage youths in hands-on cultural learning. For example, we learn how to make potteries, build and sail canoes, or we can ask our elders to teach us traditional navigations. If I win this Hirimole festival, it would be an honor to me, my family, my clan, and my people. And also it would be an inspiration to the younger generation. And it's also a source of success and pride. If I am not successful, I would also take away valuable lessons and experiences I have learned during the festival. And as a teacher to be, it would be a good experience for me to share to my future students. Expect to learn the skills and challenges of traditional navigation, significance of Hiri trade in Motuan history and identity, and also the values of courage and cooperation required in the journey as well. Win or lose, but as a Motu Koita Buen, it is an honor to showcase my identity, where I am from, and preserve my culture for the next generation, because as a teacher to be, what I want to gain is to deepen my knowledge on traditional learning, so that through my experience I can teach them to my students.
It's a new season with new beginnings and new hope, all for the same dream. It all starts now. The NRL Telstra Premiership. Let's go!
Hello and welcome. This is Midday News. Thanks for joining us. The PNG Law Society hosted its annual Rule of Law March in Port Moresby today. This year's theme is Defend Democracy, Uphold Justice. Members of the PNG's legal fraternity marched from the Independence Boulevard to the National and Supreme Court premises in Waigani. The march is a peaceful and professional event demonstrating the legal profession's commitment to upholding justice, democracy, and the rule of law. BSB Financial Group Limited has launched a refreshed brand identity, marking a major milestone in its evaluation as a leading financial institution in the Pacific. The rebranding aligns with its strategic transformation and expansion plans, focusing on enhancing customer engagement and adapting to a rapidly changing financial landscape. This latest change reflects BSP's growth for the last 68 years, from a national bank to a regional financial powerhouse with past branding evaluation. The launch event featured a vibrant celebration of BSP's diversity with a special performance led by PNG artist Mariani Masani. Staff from across PNG and the Pacific participated. Member for South Bougainville and Minister for Communications Timothy Masiu has addressed key issues impacting the district at the presentation of the 2024 acquittals to the Department of Implementation and Rural Development this morning. Masiu highlighted challenges the district is facing in infrastructure, communication, and development needs, while providing an update on how funds allocated for various projects were utilized. South Bougainville, like all other districts in the country, faces economic challenges to delivering basic services to its people. The 2024 acquittals were received by the Secretary for the IRD. The 2024 acquittal presentation is an essential part of ensuring transparency and accountability in the use of government resources, especially in remote and underserved areas like South Bougainville.
So me appeal on people bring me long country, long place, some of the time no can sing out the sort of gamana. Only must people he must understand him how government will work.
To overseas news, a magnitude 7.1 earthquake that hit near Tonga, prompting authorities to issue a tsunami warning, has been cancelled by the U.S. Tsunami Warning Center. It said small fluctuation in wave height were detected at 2 beams in the area. The center had earlier warned that tsunami waves were possible for coast located within 300 kilometers of the earthquake epicenter. Geoscience Australia said the quake struck about 100 kilometers northeast of Tonga. Tonga is made up of 171 islands. The Tonga Meteorological Service urged residents to neither move to higher ground, further inland, or to the 3rd floor of a reinforced concrete building. Men's sheds are well known for fostering friendships, skills, and a sense of belonging, and One Camera organization is doing the same for local women. The Camera Women's Shed has helped hundreds overcome uncertainty about power tools and home maintenance, and its founder has just been named the Capital's Citizen of the Year.
In 2017, she inherited his shed full of power tools.
I just didn't know what all this stuff was that he used to play with that I had no idea how I could use. And of course, without somebody around the house being handy, all of a sudden, things were falling to disrepair.
Instead of selling the tools, she decided it was time she learnt to use them. And it was a workshop run by the Canberra Women's Shed that helped her do just that. 4 years later, Pauline says she's hooked.
So I've gone from just fixing things to now starting to make things.
It's a similar story for other women who have found their passion for using power tools through the shed. 28-year-old Rachel Neal says women often miss out on learning how to build things.
I came from a background where, you know, the girls kind of did the stuff on the inside of the house, despite my dad being a builder. So I've always been interested in it, but I wasn't really given the opportunity. There is something really good about coming to a space where you are with like-minded people who are just interested in learning and not feeling judged by having to start from the very beginning.
The founder of the Women's Shed is recently named Canberra Citizen of the Year, Sunita Kotnala.
So I've had calls from Noosa, from Tasmania, from Western Australia, from Alice Springs, Braidwood, New South Wales, Cooma, New South Wales, and they all want to, start the Women's Shed.
Though other women's sheds exist, a focus on teaching sets Canberra's apart.
A lot of them don't offer the regular workshops that we offer for learning. That's why right from the beginning the model has been that we hire qualified tradespeople.
And for women like Pauline, tinkering has now become a hobby.
I'm certainly on the tools.
Anthony Albanese has made his first promise of the official election campaign to outlaw price gouging by supermarkets. With cost of living top of mind for most voters, Peter Dutton stopped by the Energy Minister's electorate as he makes the case for more gas to lower power prices.
Campaign day 2 and contenders are finding their groove.
Hello, Dante.
And perfecting their kitchen table pitch.
I'm trying to keep fit here for the campaign, and it's just about to go out the window.
With grocery prices leaving a bitter taste in voters' mouths, Labor's latest plan to counter the cost of living is aimed squarely at Coles and Woolworths.
We will make price gouging by Australian supermarkets illegal.
The competition watchdog isn't certain price gouging is going on.
What is some more?
But Labor's talking tough, promising a new task force and new laws by year's end.
Price gouging is when supermarkets are taking the piss.
Well, this is the 6th policy review that the Prime Minister's offered in 3 years. So I would say that the Prime Minister is as weak as water.
Swapping a brewery for a brickworks.
So this is wet clay at the moment?
Peter Dutton stopped by Energy Minister Chris Bowen's Western Sydney seat to again highlight the high cost of electricity.
Each month, the gas bill here is in the millions of dollars. In the United States, it's in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
His solution is to get more gas into the grid by fast-tracking approvals for new projects and reserving more gas for domestic use.
If you put more supply into the market, the prices will come down.
By how much? The Coalition won't say. Haunted by his own pledge to bring down power prices before the last election, the Prime Minister's making no such commitments this time around.
What we have done throughout our term is to provide immediate support when people needed it.
Dodging questions about whether bills will go up when the latest rebate runs out at Christmas.
What we are providing is $150 relief.
As the campaign enters its first full week, 3 major opinion polls have Labor and the Coalition statistically tied around the 50-50 mark, which would most likely see the government returned. It's incremental, but at this stage suggests Labor's making up ground after trailing the Coalition for much of the past year.
Do you think you'll win this one?
Yeah, I do.
Of course, we're aiming to form majority of government in our own right, and we're confident about our ability to do so. But if we fall short by a couple of seats, we will have a negotiation with the crossbench.
This election tango still has a way to go.
In sports, New Zealand women and Argentina men claimed the Cathay or HSBC Hong Kong Sevens title to back up their victories in Vancouver last month and extend their leads in the HSBC HSVHS 2025 standings. Argentina's men and New Zealand women with Cathay or HSBC Hong Kong Sevens to back up their victories in Vancouver and extend their leads in the HSBC HSVHS standings after 5 rounds. New Zealand overcome Australia 26-19 in a drama-filled women's final, and Canada claimed bronze with a 21-17 win over France. Here are the match highlights.
Hong Kong, brand new building, let's get it started. 1 metre out, Midday, at pace is Alvarez. A bit of afters as well. This one's been bubbling.
Absolutely gashes them, and he knows right there.
Simon Desert with the tape around his head, wounded but out there in the cup final. Garcia pops it over the top to Simon Desert. 25 seconds to go. Can France get over the line before they're timed out and get another restart? Here's Timo in midfield. 15 seconds left in the Hong Kong Cup final. Jordan Seppo stands in the tackle, but they're running out of time, France. Joe Kerry Karabakh. Matteo Garcia. Offload. Try France. But there's the goal.
And that ends the news update. Do join us at 6 for more.
Are you ready for an exciting word adventure? Join us as we meet fun letters, discover awesome words, and play with sounds on an epic phonics journey. Sing songs, create words, and